What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's talk about NXT New Year's Evil, the first NXT of 2024. Pretty okay show for the most part. It could have been better, but it was okay nonetheless. And it sets up more storylines for the future. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night, which I was kind of shocked that they would do this so early on, but it is what it is. That being Lyra Valkyria versus Blair Davenport for the NXT Women's Championship. So Lyra Valkyria ends up winning. Towards the end of the match, Blair Davenport goes for the Kamigoye knee strike on the outside. She hit her knee on the announce desk, and from there she wasn't able to recover. And then it's allowed for Lyra Valkyria to connect with the Michinoku driver for the 1-2-3, which I like. So really good finish there. Post-match, Lola Vice, she comes down to the ring to cash in the NXT breakout contract. It doesn't happen. So Tatum Paxley, she attacks Lola Vice from behind, and then there's a big brawl scene that involves Tatum Paxley, Elektra Lopez, and Lola Vice. So that's fine there, and that allowed for Lyra to get out of Dodge. So really good stuff there. I'm fine with it. I don't know what they're going to do with Blair Davenport going forward. I would assume they're probably going to go for maybe a rematch, I would say, at probably Vengeance Day in February. I think it's February 4th, I believe. So they'll probably go that route, I hope. If not, then you could have Blair Davenport be somebody's heavy on the main roster. But Blair Davenport's super good. But hopefully they do like a rematch at NXT Vengeance Day. So pretty good shit there. Moving on. So Kelly Kinnaid, she informs us that Ilya Dragunov will not be medically cleared for the night's main event, which made me kind of get bummed out because I really wanted to see Trick Williams and Ilya. I really did. I wanted to see what was going to happen, what was going to play out, and, finally have a conclusion to the story of Trick and Mello so we can move on from that. But it seems like Shawn Michaels is going to continue to drag it out more, and I don't know how much more they can drag it out unless we get something that happens at Vengeance Day in February. So I don't know. And I'm also finding out that Kelly Kinnaid, she did some work in Ring of Honor. So that's pretty cool there. I like her work. She's solid. She's taking over for Mackenzie Mitchell, who maybe or possibly might go back to Impact. Maybe. I doubt it, though. But I'm hoping they do something with Kelly Kinnaid. I really hope they do something with her because she's very good. She's very good at what she does. And she's a pretty okay wrestler for the most part, from what I've heard. I haven't watched any of her matches, but I've heard she's pretty good. So, yeah, there's that. Moving on. Next, LWO featuring Carlito. He was the big surprise who showed up to take on Drew Gulak and company, a.k.a. the No Quarter Catch Crew. So I'm pretty sure Charlie Dempsey's getting his ass kicked right now by some guy in All Japan. So I'm pretty sure Charlie Dempsey's getting his ass kicked. He's getting some respect beaten into him by somebody. So I don't know. So Carlito showing up is fine. That's great. I know some people were kind of bummed about that because Andrade was supposed to show up, but not really. Andrade is well above NXT. He has been for quite a while. I suspect that he's going to be on SmackDown. He's going to probably align himself with Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, Santos Escobar. He's probably going to join their stable, and they'll have like some really cool kick-ass Latino faction. So that would kick ass. So I think that's what they're going to go with that going forward. But Carlito got a really good reaction, and the fans were really into it. Kudos. Big ups to Joaquin Wilde. Big ups to my boy, a.k.a. DJ Z. Very, very good stuff. Love that splash that he did towards the end of the match. That was great. And he did Del Toro did a phenomenal 450 splash. That thing was beautiful. So, excellent. Moving on from that, Kelly Kinnaid, she had a backstage interview with Trick Williams and Carmelo. So, Trick is beyond disappointed about the breaking news because he's been grinding for this opportunity. He wishes Ilya a speedy recovery. Melo says he's not buying his injury. So, out of nowhere, Grayson Waller joins the fray. Trick calls Grayson Waller a naysayer. He's about to say nigga, but he said naysayer instead, so that popped me a little bit. That was kind of funny, though. So Grayson Waller says that he's on SmackDown now, and he doesn't need to wrestle flops like Trick and Melo. Melo says that Trick should put his number one contender spot on the line against Grayson Waller, and then Grayson accepts the challenge. So that's fine there. I don't know why Austin Theory wasn't there. He should have been there. I don't know why. Come on, Sean. You got to do better shit than that, dog. Because Austin Theory should have immediately showed up. Immediately. But it is what it is. Moving on. Next, Roxanne Perez versus Ariana Grace. Roxanne Perez wins via the Pop Rocks. Post-match, Ariana Grace was talking some major shit to Roxanne Perez. So Roxanne Perez put her in the crossface, and Roxanne Perez wouldn't let go. So the referee basically reversed the decision, and he awarded the victory to Ariana Grace. I'm just like, what the hell? This doesn't make any sense. But they've been slowly turning Roxanne Perez heel for the last year. But the crowd has turned against Roxanne Perez for a while. And I have personally as well. Because Roxanne Perez has just been ultra boring. And it was funny on commentary. Booker T was like, nah, man, I didn't teach her that. I didn't teach her that like that. So I enjoyed that. But this Roxanne Perez heel turn, they got to do better than this. I mean, I'll give it time, but they're going to have to do better. Moving on. So Ava Raine, who is now one of Shawn Michaels' right-hand women, she's doing some of Shawn's handiwork, basically. She's like his assistant or whatever, making matches. She's like a semi GM, basically. And she enforces that the 2024 Men's Dusty Classic tag team, my bad. So Ava Raine basically enforces that there's going to be the Men's Dusty Cup Tag Team Classic. It's going to start next week. So that's cool there. So she basically just, runs down like the teams and stuff. So that's all we get. So I'm fine with that. This is a good position for her. Moving on. Nikita Lyons, her and Blair Davenport, they have some choice words with each other. And Nikita Lyons tells Blair Davenport that they're going to have some unfinished business. They're about to have a little fight scene, but wrestlers got involved and kind of, greater heads prevailed. So I guess it sets up for a match in due time. It may happen on a random episode of NXT, or it might happen at Vengeance Day. But hopefully it happens on Vengeance Day, because Nikita Lyons needs to be on a pay-per-view, if we're being honest, and NXT doesn't have many of those. Hopefully they add more to their schedule, but they need to have a lot more. They can have, 5. I think they have 5 at least. They need to add at least another 2 more for those pay-per-views for NXT. So, yeah. Moving on. Next, Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley. If Tiffany wins, Fallon Henley is her servant. If Fallon wins, Tiffany becomes her ranch hand. So Tiffany is now going to be a ranch hand because Fallon Henley got the win via the Shining Wizard. So towards the end of the match, Tiffany Stratton brings in a steel chair into the ring. Referee tries to take it from her, which he's able to, and this allows for Fallon Henley to connect with the Shining Wizard for the 1, 2, 3. So this is cool there. I do like this, although I would like to see her in the title picture, but her having some non-title feuds and stuff for a while is fine. I do think she'll be back in the title picture sometime before the end of the year or sometime in 2024. So I don't know. But this is fine. This will make for some pretty cool little vignettes. What is not good and what is a dumbass decision is Baron Corbin trying to team up with Bron Breakker for the Dusty Cup Classic. I'm just like, oh my God, no, what the fuck? Why are we doing this lame-ass bullshit? No, let's not do this shit. Moving on. So we get an Oba Femi vignette. So he's basically from Nigeria. I don't know why they have every African guy be from Nigeria. They can't be from like the Congo or other parts of Africa, like South Africa, West Africa, East Africa. Like, come on, dude, what the fuck? That makes no sense. Every African guy is from Nigeria. It is what it is. Moving on. So, Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan, they got into a little back and forth tiff, and they're about to come to blows, but they were separated as well, and the match will take place next week. So I guess this is going to be the start to their mini feud, and I'm fine with that. So this is okay. This gives both of them something to do. Moving on. So we get the Ridge Holland sit-down interview with Sarah Schreiber. So Ridge basically just goes over all the injuries that he's had and the mishaps and everything else. Talked about how he blew out his knees and stuff, and he was going to team up with Pat McAfee back at War Games 2020. He said basically this is how he feeds his family. He said that, it's been hard for him making a living in the States and everything else. This is how he pays his bills. This is how he keeps the roof over his family's head. And he says that he didn't have any malice intent at all when it came to taking out Ilya by accident. And he just says that he's here to show the NXT universe who he truly is with no perceptions. So I'm fine with this because it does make sense. Eventually, at the point, they're going to have to mention the Big E situation, and they probably will go there. So I enjoyed that. I just wish that he would have came with better attire. He looked like he was going to like go to the mall or something like that or whatever. He needs to come with better attire. The guy's fucking jacked. Like, he's jacked. Like, the dude's in that gym. He looks like he stays in the gym like 7 days a week. Literally. Like, seriously. Like, Ridge is a big motherfucker. Like, he is. But I'm intrigued to see what happens with this. At first, I wasn't, but it's kind of growing on me. Moving on. The men's breakout tournament finals for 2023. Oba Femi versus Riley Osborne. Oba Femi gets the win, which is great. So he wins via the nasty pump-up powerbomb. I love it. So this is great. Right decision here. Even the Lexus King should have been the one to win, but Oba Femi was my second choice. So beggars can't be choosers, but right decision was made here. I would love to see Oba Femi go up against like Bron Breakker, go up against Von Wagner and others. He's got all the tools. He's got the charisma, the size, the look. He's decent on the mic and everything else. Hopefully he goes after the NXT North American Championship. I think that would be solid. I think that would be a good way to start. And then he can work his way up to being NXT champion. I'm not going to hold you guys up. The guy's solid. He is solid. So, congrats to Oba Femi. The boy deserved it. Moving on. We get out of the mud vignette. They're basically making fun of Tony D and Stacks, saying that they're going to come after them. So that was cool there. I'm a big fan of Out the Mud. I love those guys. They're tremendous. So hopefully this turns into a feud. And I think it probably will. Next, Kelly Kinnaid, she has a backstage interview with Kiana James and Izzy Dame. Izzy says that Kiana James has the best business mind in WWE. She made the right decision. Kiana calls Izzy a triple threat. Izzy's not shy of conflict. She's used to hitting volleyball and bitches as well. That was funny. I enjoyed that line right there. Kiana sees dollar signs when it comes to Izzy. In 2024, everyone will know who Izzy Dame is. So I enjoyed this. This is great. Hopefully they add another person, another female to their faction. I think that would be great. Maybe like a Ariana Grace would be fine. So I'm down for that. Moving on. So Trick is pissed that about what Carmelo did and said that he didn't need him tonight. He's going to handle the business by himself. Excuse me. Moving on from that. So Chase U's proud of Riley Osborne. Daisy Jane says she's taking the reins going forward. She said that Andre Harris is not going to be competing in the Dusty Cup because he needs to focus on getting out of debt. And she's going to come up with a way to get them out of debt. It's going to be her and Thea. So I'm very intrigued with that and see how that goes there. But we need to know whether or not JC's going to be a heel or a face. We have to know. And this thing's been going on for a while. Like, when is this Chase U thing going to come to an end at some point? Because this thing's been going on for about 3 years now. This has been going on since NXT 2.0. So this has been going on for 3 years. So I can't remember when NXT 2.0 started. I think it was, I want to say it was April or May or something like that of 2021. But at some point, we need a conclusion to the story. But I'm very intrigued to see what happens next. So Tatum Paxley, she's still stalking Lyra Valkyria, saying that she's going to have her back as long as she remains the NXT champion. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Kind of stalkerish. It is what it is. Moving on. So Nathan Frazier continues to make a dumbass of himself by getting into it with other people. So him and Axiom, they're talking to each other. Then in come Malik Blade and Idris Inife. And they're basically going to be entering the Dusty Cup. That's all that was. So Tony D and Stacks, they accept Out the Mud challenge for next week. And then Tony D introduces us to Adriana Rizzo. So that's pretty cool. She's got a real thick New York Italian accent. I'm like, damn. But this is fine there. I like this. So pretty good. Main event. Trick Williams versus Grayson Waller. And there was supposed to be a former NXT champion to watch the match. And lo and behold, to our collective groan and moan, it was Kevin Owens. He shows up. So he takes out Grayson Waller. This allows for Trey to hit the flash knee for the 1-2-3. And that was it. So Trick and Mello, they have some words because Carmelo's about to get involved. And him and, he tried to distract Trick, but it didn't work. So that's when Kevin Owens came out and made the save. So it is what it is. Again, we need some type of conclusion for this Trick and Mello thing, as well as Trick and Ilya. So hopefully we get that soon. But all in all, NXT was okay. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.